Hey, what's up, y'all? It's AWTM. I am here with the Sistas recap. Now, as you may know, I did not put out a recap for last week, so I will give you a couple of context clues. The twins are both girls, and the godmommies of the babies are Sabrina and Danny. So let's get into this recap entitled Beautiful Liar. Make sure you remember to show me some love. Give me a like, a comment, a follow up, subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it does help me to keep creating this content for you, and it helps me to know what you actually like and what you don't like. Now, in the episode's description, it reads, Andy puts on a brave face and lies to her friends about her relationship with Gary. Danny confronts Tony over a questionable text from his ex. And Hayden's tryst is exposed at work. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Buckle up your seatbelts because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Now, when the episode starts off, things at the baby shower continue to take a ugly turn as Gary brags on getting married to Andy, and he continues to insult everyone. They almost come to blows, but he ends up leaving. Now, the girls confront Andy, and she says her and Gary are together, and that's just the way it is. And they ask her, was she cheating on Jordan the whole time? And she lied and said yes. Now, Maurice is listening at the door at this baby shower, and he's listening to the girls talk. He goes back and tells Rich what's going on. The girls come out and talk to them and lets them know this is a real situation. So it looks like everybody kind of leaves. It looks like Sabrina and Rich stay behind to clean up, and Fatima does stay behind to talk to Andy. When Andy comes out from getting herself together, she does see Fatima there, and she's kind of shocked. Fatima grills Andy and lets her know that she knows something is wrong and asks her what's up. So Andy finally breaks down and tells her what happened and what Gary said he would do to Jordan if she does not play along. Back at Jordan's place, his assistant questions him with campaign questions, and Jordan can't focus. Rich arrives and he tells Jordan about the Gary announcement and that Andy is going along with it. Jordan tries to call Andy and there's no answer. He wants to go talk to her, but Rich tells him to leave Andy alone. Zach arrives at home because Fatima did stay behind, and Miss Rose is there, which is the new nanny for Michael. So Miss Rose kind of leaves and gathers her stuff, and Zach tells Michael about his new little sister that's going to be on the way. Rich arrives at Sabrina's house and lets her know that he told Jordan about Andy, and she wants to talk to him about Damani actually being a donor for her egg. Now, Rich kind of gets upset about this and is kind of frustrated because he wants to make sure that Damani does not have any kind of personal relationship with Sabrina. But Rich, if you really want her and you really like her, then you know what she wants. I don't know why these two are still together anyway. And another thing, where is Rich and Tony's house? We've never seen their homes. They have never took Danny or Sabrina to their home. So do they actually have homes? Are we going to see them on the show? I don't know what's going on with that, but I digress. Now, Tony arrives at Danny's house and he leaves his phone on the couch as he goes to take a shower. Now, his phone is going off, so Danny is kind of looking at it, and she picks up the phone and decides to take a look and see what he has on his phone. Now, what she sees is Tiffany sending him messages reminiscing about anniversary gifts or what he gave her in the past. Now, when Tony comes out the shower, Danny confronts him about Tiffany sending Tony a picture in her bra, and it looks like a bad picture. It wasn't an innocent picture. It was something like, I want you, I'm going to send you this picture, like she's thirsty for him or something. So Tony actually gets mad at Danny and was like, why are you going through my phone? Danny states that she was not going through the phone. She just happened to pick it up because it was blowing up so much she thought it might have been an emergency. Now, we all know as women that we didn't do that. She didn't just try to answer it because somebody could be in trouble. She was actually looking at the phone before it started going off. So she said that, but his anger was very misplaced. So he's angry at her because she looked at his phone, but like, you know that Tiffany has been doing this. And then it came out that he said he's been telling her to stop. He's been checking her about the situation. So Now that lets Danny know that she's really coming after her man and that she needs to be aware. He also called Danny jealous and insecure, which is totally out of line because this lady is a problem. Tony ends up leaving and getting mad. He didn't even put his clothes on. He left out. He was about to leave out in her towel. And she said, hold up. Give me that towel. It's mine. He took the towel off and left out the door, buck booty ass naked. Now, Gary and Andy meet up with the wedding planner, and Andy actually looks disgusted. When the planner leaves, she snatches away from Gary, and he tells her to drop her panties and leave them there so he can smell her all day. Gary is clearly obsessed with Andy, and he's a psychopath, so we'll see what ends up happening with this whole situation. I don't like this storyline, but hopefully Andy gets or comes to her senses and is able to work something out in the end. Now, at the bank, Maurice talks to Sabrina about the baby shower and Andy, and Sabrina calls Damani, and he lets her know that he completed all his tests and it's all good for him to be a donor. Now, back at the salon, Karen is going over her bills, and she confronts Pam about making all these charges on her business credit card and running it up the way she did. Pam had the nerve to get an attitude and tells her that, she bought stuff for the salon as well. But Karen lets her know that she only bought 2 things and she has this big bill and now she can't even pay her liability insurance. And Pam has the nerve to blow it off and says she'll pay it in 8 months, which is crazy to me. Now, at the office, Andy gets a call from Penelope, and she asks about Jordan, and she asks her why did she break up with Jordan. Andy kind of avoids the question and rushes her off the phone. Fatima enters her office, and they try to come up with a plan that they can get out of this situation with Gary. Now, Miss Marie arrives in Hayden's office and proposes a getaway. Hayden stalls her out, telling her that he needs to wait till he can get away and wait till this case thing is over. And Miss Marie starts to put her hands everywhere on Hayden and goes down with her hand all the way down in his lap. And Tamara shows up and she catches them together. Now, Miss Marie, she doesn't even break a sweat. She just keeps on doing what she's doing. And like, I got your man. You see, I got him on hard. And what are you going to do about it? Tamara was like, oh, so now that gray hair, it actually makes sense now. Miss Marie kind of cuts her off and said, oh, honey, that's not gray hair. That's a glitter coming from my coochie. And I was like, whoa, like, I don't know. I would have fought Miss Marie old ass if that was me. Like, in her position, if I was Tamara and walked in and you real bold with it and you don't care and you saying stuff like this, we would have been banging just over the fact, not over, hey, no, worthless ass, but just the fact that you disrespect me in my face like that. That's crazy. Fatima and Andy are kind of standing in the hall of the law office and they catch the whole thing. They catch Tamara running out, Hayden running after her, and Miss Marie coming out still bragging with a smile on her face. Now, Tony meets up with Rich to discuss his problems with Danny. Rich tells him about his problems with Sabrina as well, and Damani being a donor, and he doesn't like that. And he says that Sabrina is the one for him. So he was like, if she's the one, then what are you going to do about it? So I think that Rich is kind of coming to the realization that he's going to have to step up if he does want to keep Sabrina in his life. Now, at the law office, Andy keeps having flashbacks of Gary threatening her. And Jordan actually bursts in her office and wants an explanation. He's like, I know this is not true. Tell me you're not with Gary. And Andy kind of looks like she just saw a ghost. She can't believe she's there. And he said that he's not leaving till he gets answers about this situation. And that's where the episode kind of ends. Now, things are starting to heat up. I know that we only have a few more episodes before the end of the season, and I'm very curious to see how all of these things will play out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, follow. This has been AWTM with your Sistas Recap, and I will see you next time. Bye.